Buy an orange cupcake, kids can wristband or orange scarf this February and help TM Pick and Pay support children living with cancer. TM Pick and Pay. Real value always. It's time for the news.
We're broadcasting live from our Pocket Soul studios right in Highlands, Harare. My name is Zain Jamu and welcome to the main news. And of course, it's always a lovely evening to you, Joyce.
Oh, a lovely evening to you, Zain. A warm welcome to our viewers. My name is Joyce Mabika. Piswe Jomunika is on sign language.
And of course, Sibokele Maposa will be joining us from our Montrose studios, but we give you the headlines.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa calls on Zimbabweans to unite and uphold peace for the country's socio-economic development.
The country's supermarket shelves fully stocked, revealing government's journey to formalize businesses is taking shape.
Over 70 health practitioners deregistered for failure to meet minimum set standards and misconduct.
In sport, Warriors vice captain Marshall Munetsi impresses on his Wolverhampton Wanderers debut in a 2-0 FA Cup win over Blackburn Rovers.
Those are some of the stories to look forward in this bulletin, and let's take a look at the news in detail. President Emmerson Mnangagwa has called upon Zimbabweans to be united in peace if the country is to attain socio-economic development.
He was speaking at the burial of national hero Comrade Tinaya Chigudu at the National Heroes Acre in Harare this Monday. Let's get more.
Thousands of people came to the National Heroes Acre in Harare to pay their last respects to one of the most illustrious sons of the soil, the late Comrade Tinaya Elijah Nzirasha Chigudu. The nation is poor with the passing on of the late Comrade Tinaya Elijah Nzirasha Chigudu. How committed he was to the struggle for independence and freedom of this country. A similar route followed by the President Comrade Emmerson Mnangagwa, who was in the company of the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa. The two Vice President and senior party and government officials were present. Comrade Chigudu, trained in the People's Republic of Korea, got into Rhodesia and was arrested, served 12 years in the Rhodesian prisons, and rejoined other cadres soon after release in 1977 in Zambia to continue with the struggle. The late Comrade Chigudu's legacy of service was anchored on his humility and servant leadership, both before and after independence, which should be emulated by all Zimbabweans, said the head of state.
May your pen be eased by the distinguished and indelible role the late departed cadre played towards liberating our nation from colonial bondage. The late Comrade Chigudu was a true patriot who respected and treated everyone with dignity across the social spectrum. This was one of his signature character traits. We will remember him as a cadre who embraced constructive criticism and dialogue. He was reliable and trustworthy, not a turncoat, but always gave timely feedback on tasks and responsibility assigned to him, always by national and never personal interest.
President Mnangagwa said everyone should nurture the collective unit of purpose so as to modernize, industrialize, and develop the Zimbabwe that we are proud of and for the benefit of future generations.
In every sector, province by province, let us remain focused, disciplined, and work harder towards the attainment of Vision 2030. No amount of of economic chicanery, mudslinging and discord should be allowed, or entertain, derail our irreversible course to modernize, industrialize, and develop our motherland, Zimbabwe. We are marching forward forever, backwards never. Much more work is still before us. We cannot tire or lose heart. Let us maintain our focus and discipline to build the Zimbabwe we all want.
Comrade Mnangagwa urged all Zimbabweans at home and abroad to pull in one direction as one people for the achievement of our national aspirations. Ruben Barwe, ZBC News, at the National Heroes Eka in Harare.
Colleagues and family of Comrade Tinai Chigudu have described the late national hero as a principled and committed cadre, as well as a family unifier.
After serving Zimbabwe with unwavering loyalty and dedication, Comrade Chigudu was declared a national hero, with the colleagues who attended his burial at the National Heroes Eka this Monday concurring on his commitment to save the nation.
Namuhla lapha sivalelisa omunye wethu owayetrene ngaphansi kwezebra eyayikhokhelwa nguJoshua Mqabuko Nyongolo Nkomo. Waye ngaphansi kwezebra ekwakulibutho leZAPU.
My father, as you know, was the vice president of ZAPU before the formation of ZANU. And this is the beginnings of some of the forces that we find, like the Zipra forces. And we are aware that Comrade Chigudu was a Zipra cadre. And they worked very closely with my father. And the type of person he was, what I can tell you is he was a stern disciplinarian.
Comrade Chigudu vakauya kuhondo vari mwana mudiki sezvamunoziva kuti udzvinyiriri wanga wakawandisa. Saka vauya kuhondo vari mwana mudiki, munhu uya aiteerera ari kuhondo kuti iko kana kwanzi kuda kuitwa zvakati apuwa mabasa anoita saizvozvo.
The death of Comrade Chigudu has left the Manicaland province poorer.
He was a person who understood what it means to make other people feel good. He had broader shoulders which would carry other people on his shoulders. He had also love for each and everyone. He's the kind of person who after you speak to him, you felt good.
Chigudu ndiwo washoba waindibatsira ndiri chairman wavo for a very long time wachibatanidza mhuri yeManicaland.
Takaona madevelopments akasiyana siyana muzvikoro, matownship zvavainitiata, so takadzidza zvakawanda ende tiri kuti sevanhu vekuManicaland sezvinotaurwa nemukuru wenyika kuti leaving no one behind, ticharamba tichipusha that legacy tichiteera matsimba.
Comrade Tinai Chigudu, a patriot, a distinguished veteran of the liberation struggle, a development expert who also ensured that the development of Africa and Zimbabwe as a country should always be uppermost and pivotal. After the death of my father, he took me under his wings, guided me, taught me a lot about politics. Taught me a lot about governance, about how best we can contribute as young people to the development of our country.
He was a straightforward man, hardworking, time conscious, steadfast, you could name it. And after his retirement, we still had occasion to consult him.
To the Chigudu family, they have lost a unifier.
He brought many people he had interacted with from schools, prisons, Mnangagwa Dzingwa, Gweru detention, Wawa. They all became part of our family. Yes, he was a political animal, had his own ideas, but was never rigid.
Comrade Chigudu was a trailblazing liberation fighter trained in North Korea under ZIPRA, the ZAP military wing. As an intelligence operative in the then Salisbury, Comrade Chigudu worked tirelessly to gather critical information aiding the recruitment and training of fellow fighters. Peter Chivima, ZBC News, Harare.
Vice President, General Retired Dr. Constantino Chiwenga has consoled the Chigudu family following the passing on of national hero and former Manicaland Province Governor, Comrade Tenaye Chigudu. Comrade Chigudu died last Wednesday and was buried at the National Shrine this Monday. Dr. Chiwenga described Comrade Chigudu as a distinguished and pioneering figure in the liberation struggle after becoming one of the first Zimbabwe People's Liberation Army cadres to receive training in North Korea in 1964. Dr. Chiwenga also noted the contribution of Comrade Chigudu to national development when he served at various senior levels in both government and the ruling ZANU-PF party. He said as the nation bids farewell to the national hero, Zimbabweans should embrace Comrade Chigudu's spirit of peace, unity and selflessness.
Zimbabwe's journey to formalize businesses is taking shape as fiscal and monetary authorities roll out measures to consolidate a full local product availability gains in the retail market. A SNAP survey carried out by ZBC News in Harare and Bulawayo revealed supermarket shelves are fully stocked with a wide range of groceries, 80% of which are local products, much to the convenience of the shopping public. Let's get more from our news crews.
Zimbabwe is riding on increased product availability, credited to the Second Republic interventions that have scaled up manufacturing output, leading to an over 80% domestic stock in formal and informal shops. While a survey by the ZBC News this Monday revealed that supermarkets are riding on the gains in full product availability within their shelves, government and the central bank have moved in to level the playing field with the informal sector as a step to facilitate survival and growth of formal retailers. The central bank has directed informal shops to accept dual currencies, use point-of-sale machines and bank accounts. Fiscal authorities have also announced a presumptive retail level VAT that producers must collect when selling to informal businesses lacking tax certificates, among other measures. Analysts contend that the enforcement of the measures will consolidate gains in the availability of products.
The introduction of government intervention, where government has introduced the POS, which are called point of sale, it is going to make sure that the informal sector is embraced into the mainstream economy. But it is also coming up with an advantage to the informal sector. The informal sector can now access things like access to credit, access to working capital.
I believe that the informal sector in Zimbabwe is facilitating a lot of illegal activities in the market. We are speaking smuggling, we are speaking counterfeit goods, among other issues. So it's something that we have engaged government for quite a while now, and we are glad that the government has taken action to incline our policies towards that direction.
With Zimbabwe experiencing a boom in terms of productivity, leading to increased domestic product availability as manufacturing firms continue to expand operations, the central bank says some struggling retailers and wholesalers cannot attribute their failures to the economic climate, calling on them to review their business operating methods.
In Bulawayo, contrary to recent speculation, a visit to major supermarkets in the city of Kings and Queens reveals a picture of abundance, with shelves fully stocked with a wide variety of goods. From basic commodities to luxury items, shoppers are spot for choice.
Lapha siyasuthiseka ngokudla okuphakathi le grocery mbona ngani yonke into ime ngendlela eqondileyo. Isimo mina ngihambisana laso kuhle ngoba izinto zikhona emashop. So ke yikho ngani ngiyathokoza kakhulu ngakho. Mina ngiyasuthiseka.
Zvese zvirimo hapana chati chamboshaya. Mudhorobha reBulawayo zvandingataura ndechekuti isu chatiri kuda kutenga tiri kupinda tochiwana.
Izinto zikhona phakathi. Ngitholile nje ndabona ngene ngisadinge ukudinga ngitholile.
See that the shelves are full. Most of the products, I mean the ones we use every day, they are on the shelf.
Supermarket managers confirm the steady supply of goods.
Basically, most of the products we are getting locally. I think most of the products are locally 100%. I can say 95% is local products, yeah. And we are also expanding. I think you have seen through the media that we have taken over the Choppies brand. That shows the expansion. So all our shops across the country, they are fully stocked as I speak. I think, yeah, we are doing well.
The abundance of goods in supermarkets is not only good news for consumers, but also for the local economy, as the retail sector is a major contributor to the gross domestic product.
The Agricultural and Rural Development Authority has set sights on increasing its exports to 30% this year, in addition to its mandate of producing 45% of the country's strategic grain reserves.
The Agricultural and Rural Development Authority, ADA, currently runs over 400 irrigation schemes across the country and has 19,000 hectares under irrigation. Mandated by government to produce at least 45% of the country's grain reserve requirements, the entity has put in place a roadmap to ensure this is attainable, as they work with various irrigation schemes, ensuring they are run as viable business units. ADA Chief Executive Officer Mr. Tinotenda Miko says this year focus is also on increasing production of export crops to 30% from the current 12% at its several irrigation schemes dotted countrywide.
Our fourth strategic priority, which is export development. 30% for this year, we are working with our sister parastatals like Centred and AMA for market-led production of our export crops. At least 30% of our production, we intend to do it on export crops to generate the much needed foreign currency, etc. So that's one of our key strategic priorities for this year.
Mr. Miko also noted that the institution is working to ensure value addition, and this has been exhibited at plants like the ADA-run Best Food Processing Plant in Norton, which processes various fruits into paste.
You'll find that late last year we retooled and operationalized one of our subsidiaries, the Best Fruit Processors. It's now functional. It processes 100 tons of processing tomatoes a day. We have gone further to guarantee a market for these village business units to produce for this processing factory as well, thus impacting the GDP not only at provincial and district level, but at village level.
A visit to the Best Fruit Processing Plant revealed that the entity is ramping up production of tomato paste this season. The produce is collected from communal farmers. ADA Director Commercial Services, Mr. Dominic Sadziwa, said the Norton-based plant has the capacity to produce 100 tons of fresh fruit daily.
In terms of expansion, we want to go a step further into value addition, where we can actually produce tomato puree and tomato sauce from the tomato paste side. Then from the pulps, that is the mango and guava, we also want to produce 100% juices and also concentrates that we can also put into retail shops, and that will actually significantly increase our returns as a business. The bulk of the market is local. Then regionally, we also have markets in South Africa. Actually, South Africa prefer tomato paste from Zimbabwe or our tomato paste because it is regarded as organic paste, which is more advantageous. More people are now health conscious. So we've got a niche market in South Africa. We've also exported to Namibia, and we target to expand our export market going into Europe and Asia.
As part of efforts to ensure rural communities are transformed and brought on board in the production lines, the parastatal is working closely with rural communities, providing a ready market for their farm produce. Josephine Mugio, ZBC News, Harare.
In another development, the vendor verification exercise for beneficiaries of the temporary Mbare Musika market is almost complete, with government pledging transparency to ensure deserving beneficiaries get the opportunity to rebuild their businesses.
Under phase 1 of the project, the first batch of traders will soon occupy the newly constructed Mnangagwa market, with the verification exercise almost complete. The Minister of Information, Publicity and Broadcasting Services, Dr. Jenfan Muswere, who toured the facility, underscored government's commitment to supporting the agricultural value chain as the country moves towards the attainment of Vision 2030.
This engineering marvel, which is the Mbare Musika, becomes a yardstick for us to measure our capacity as a people to produce, to distribute, to market. So this becomes part of a platform which supports the economic empowerment efforts by His Excellency the President, Dr. Mnangagwa.
Government has also placed transparency in the allocation of trading space.
It's worth reminding each other that for an orderly allocation of space to traders, we need more, not less cooperation. We need solidarity. We need honesty and transparency.
Kana zichinzi resolution number 1 indo implementation yacho. Hatichatauri kuti resolution number 1 takatopfura chikamicho chakatopera, takuiimplementa kuita basa. Takuita basa. And basa racho is unstoppable.
It's one of those projects ombe dziri kuitika muno muHarare dzakatungamirwa neSecond Republic nababa Mnangagwa. Tozochengeta nzvimbo iyi tichiziva kuti ndeyedu.
Beneficiaries expressed gratitude for the government's intervention.
Zvinotakutengesera pakanaka uyezve vakatisira mashedzi akanaka ekuti kana mvura ikanaya hatichaniwi zvatatichiita mumusika wekudhara.
Because tatova family yokuti mafambiro ataingoita taingofamba sefamily, saka tikangotakurwa futi tichingouya kuno kuti tinoona sekuti zvinhu zvedu zvofamba zvakanaka nemacustomers edu anongoramba achingofamba nesu semafambiro aingoita kare.
Tikuti tikakwanisa kuwanisawo mari kana malonzi kana chi semayouth tikwanise kuita sei kusimuka kubva padambudziko ratakasangana naro.
Following the fire which destroyed part of Mbare Musika Traders Market in October last year, the government is working on modernizing the market in a phased approach, with the completion of the temporary site set to pave way for the construction of the main market. Festus Mgongoro says ABC News, Harare.
Well, still in jovial spirits, a Bindura family is celebrating the removal of a 6-kilogram tumor on their relative in a complex surgical operation at Bindura Provincial Hospital last month. The procedure has become a testament to decentralization of specialized healthcare services to smaller towns by the Second Republic. Let's get more.
For years, 54-year-old Batsira Mzeziwa was unable to live a normal life because of a huge tumor which started developing as a blister on her back until it grew to over 6 kilograms.
Chakazoti chakura ndopa chakatanga kurwadza. Kuti ndishande chasingachandibvumiri. Kana kutakura mvura zvasingachandibvumiri. Kana kusakura mumunda kana kuita rimwe basa rinorema zvasingachanditenderi.
Her health-seeking journey led her from Berengwa to her sister's place in Bindura, where she was taken to the provincial hospital on 15 January. 2 days later, she underwent a life-changing surgical procedure.
Asi pandakazouya kuno kuti anonawo chiremba akandibatsira, aiwa akandibatsira. Ndichitendazve kuti akandibatsira nomunoda.
Her younger sister, Nyembe Simzeziwa, recalls the anxiety of waiting for nearly 5 hours on the day of surgery, but it was all worthwhile.
Ndakagara kusvika na 1. Asi moyo wangu wanga wakabatikana. Zvokuti manesi vakatombozama kundikamfota. Vachiti aiwa don't worry vari kuuya manje manje demambotsvaga chikafu mudye. Ataifunga ende kana even vanhu vari kumusha vari kugara vachifona. Avasati vanyatsotendeseka kuti zvechokwadi chinhu chakabviswa.
Health practitioners at Bindura Provincial Hospital attributed the successful operation to teamwork and improved staffing of specialists at the facility.
A lipoma is a very common soft tissue tumor that we encounter during our day-to-day operations. But what makes this one a bit different from others was the size of the tumor, the lipoma, which was resected on the 17th of January. I think it is a testament of the impact of improved staffing of specialists at Bindra Provincial Hospital, which currently has 10 specialists covering 8 specialties.
This is one of the cases that proves to the community that if they have such cases, these cases can be treatable within our hospitals, and we have the facilities to attend to such cases. So this is one of a case that is really routing to people that please, if you have such cases, please consider the hospital as a first port of call and you can get assistance successfully.
The removal of a 6-kilogram tumor from Batsira Mzeziwa in the small mining town of Pindura is testimony that government is leaving no one and no place behind in its quest to achieve universal access to affordable health care. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Pindura.
Indeed, we're leaving no one and no place behind. Remember, these and more stories are available in greater detail on our website at www.zbcnews.co.zw.
Or you can get in touch with us on our social media platforms, that is at ZBC News Online.
Here are stories still to come in this bulletin. Over 70 health practitioners deregistered for failure to meet minimum set standards and misconduct.
In the world of sport, Warriors Vice Captain Marshall Munetsi impresses on his Wolverhampton Wanderers debut in a 2-0 FA Cup win over Blackburn Rovers. The main news takes a breather. We'll be back with you shortly.
Stroke of genius! Introduce the stroke of genius. Oh, Zimbabwe yakuzosumuka manje. Stroke of genius and rukureva chera. President E.D. Mnangagwa vari kupa mabankable, registrable and transferable title deeds na every farmer akapuwa munda pa land reform program. Takanga takapuwa minda asi takanga tisina simba rekupinda mumabhengi zemama mumabusiness kuti tipewo maloni akachipa tatakuwara nezvimbazo mani. Zvino nestroke of genius yekupuwa matitle deeds tumupinde uko mubhengi sevamwe tutopuwa maloni takutodevelopa mafamu.
Saka kuduza kuti land ese yatone value.
Ende ukapuwa title deed iroro chera. Mundu wako uchatoreki yatova nhaka yevazukuru nevazukuru. Ndo zvinoda fama manje izvozvo. Security of tenure.
Iwe pandiri panapa ndakutokwanisa kutopa vana nhaka kuti chidimu chako ichi chemunda chidimu chako ichi.
Exactly.
Zvichifambiswa sei?
President E.D. Mnangagwa igenius manje. Vakabva vati kuti zvinyatsofamba negwara rakatwasanuka zviri transparent. Ndobva vagadza inonzi Land Tenure Implementation Committee iri kushanda nemo mumapazi ehurumende.
Alright. But you unozviziva iwo kuti kune maland barons akazara ukanopamba minda dzevanhu.
Dai vatoregera zvavo. Ndiyo kopo usiri kudiwa na President Mnangagwa iroro. Ndio saka Land Tenure Implementation Committee yakati ngatishandisei ma-ID numbers, number dzepachitupa kuti munhu haakwanisi kuva nemafamu maviri. Plus Land Tenure committee haisi kupa minda patsvayo. Iri kutwasanudza pakupiwa kwema-title deeds.
Alright. Iwe saka zvichida kuti tato-protected kasei mavarimi.
Exactly manje.
Kukozwa
kuti ne stroke of genius here. President E.D. apa vasikira vana veZimbabwe upfumi.
Step up with DSTV and we'll show up by giving you more incredible entertainment.
Going to have a little fun.
Upgrade your subscription between the 13th of January and the 31st of March and get an even higher package for a whole month on us.
To the back of the net!
There's nothing better than putting a little bit in but getting a lot out.
This is the time to take risks.
Incredible!
I've heard good things about you. Don't let me down.
Step up and we'll show up on your home of entertainment, DSTV.
Have you heard about Marechera? Hanziko. But he says keeper. Shakuyendeka. They say he has this glow about him now. He doesn't walk. He glides.
I hate he has got people who irons his money.
But have you heard that when he coughs, money just comes out of the blue? out of the orange.
Hey, yo.
Marechera.
Says Keeper, Zvakuendeka. Introducing the new Mukuru wallet.
Welcome back to the main news. Government has commissioned a telemedicine virtual hospital in Chirumanzu in one of the major milestones by the Second Republic. As the country gravitates towards Vision 2030, the thrust is to ensure access to quality and affordable healthcare services for rural communities. Tafaraj Kumira was in Chirumanzu and he filed the following report.
The initiative, which is being spearheaded by the First Lady, Dr. Mnangagwa, is in line with the National Development Strategy 1 as it revolutionizes the healthcare delivery system in Zimbabwe by targeting remote areas. The facility allows patients to do consultations with doctors online, thereby cutting the aspect of distance while ensuring that communities get the best healthcare services in their localities.
Kliniki tatifambira kwa hama ukashaiwa unokubatsira mwana akavunika wanzi ndakumasvingo
tanga tine dambudziko rezvipatara asi nhasi chirongwa ichi chaunzwa kugarika kwakanaka kwatiita kuti tive vanhu vakarongeka munzvimbo vanhu vanorapwa pachena.
Government says it will continue to come up with initiatives meant to turn around the livelihoods of previously marginalized communities.
Zvataona zvaitwa mukati umu zviri kuratidza kuti president ichokwadi muono wavo by 2030 kurarama kwevanhu kunenge kwasanduka. Ndinotendazve excellency Dr. Mnangagwa, who has worked with Net One as well as the doctors who are here to spearhead this idea. How best can we reach everyone in every corner, leaving no one and no place behind, so that they can access medicines, they can access medical examinations. With what we have been shown in here, anyone can be told, that just in a space of 5 minutes, anyone can be told what is about their whole body.
Telemedicine initiative strongly supports the Second Republic's Vision 2030 agenda of becoming an upper middle income society by leveraging on digital solutions to address healthcare challenges. Tafaraj Kumira, ZBC News, Chirumanzu.
The Allied Health Practitioners Council of Zimbabwe deregistered more than 70 practitioners last year as part of efforts to protect the public and maintain high standards in the healthcare industry.
Allied Health Practitioners Council of Zimbabwe Registrar Ms. Farirai Maziriri revealed that the deregistrations were due to practitioners failing to meet minimum set standards and engaging in misconduct, emphasizing the importance of ensuring health practitioners are licensed to practice.
In 2024, with more than 70 practitioners that we deregistered from our registers from the different professions, since we regulate 20 health professions in Zimbabwe. And some of the reasons is that they failed to meet the minimum set standards at a certain given time. So automatically they are deregistered because renewal is an annual thing and they're supposed to renew annually. As you know, we are there to protect the public of Zimbabwe. So we make sure that if the practitioner is in good standing with council, do they meet the minimum requirements? This could be your continuous professional development and so many things.
The council also implored parents to conduct due diligence when selecting universities or colleges for their children to study health-related programs.
Ensure that you have done due diligence on all the universities, colleges, different institutions. Is the program accredited by the professional board or by the regulatory council, such that when they complete their training, they are able to be recognized as fully certified health practitioners. You might want, but that program might not be registered. So it's important that as parents, we conduct this due diligence exercise.
The deregistration of health practitioners is a significant step continuously taken by the council towards maintaining the integrity of the healthcare industry in Zimbabwe. Some of the professions regulated by the council include clinical social workers, counselors, dietitians, psychologists, radiographers, and health food services supervisors, among others. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Harare.
We now connect you to our Montreux studios where Sibukele is on standby to give us more updates. Sibu, it's a lovely evening to you.
Good evening, Zain, and good evening, Zimbabwe. And to all those who are watching this bulletin from the various parts of the world, we now carry on with this bulletin. ZANU-PF has embarked on a cell verification exercise to increase the number of registered members in Bulawayo. Let's hear more.
ZANU-PF Secretary for Economic Development, Dr. Sitembi Sonyoni, revealed that the cell verification exercise is important in broadening the support base.
Iphathi kumele ibe ngabantu. It should be about people and the issues ezihlukuluza abantu. Sifuna Bulawayo ibe connected from the grassroots khona up to the president. So yiko ke mina ngilapha yiko ubaba Machacha ekhokhela yiko siba leqiniso ukuthi ama-cell kumele aqine, ama-district aqine, i-province, i-DCC iqine, yikho ukuthi lo president wethu simqinise ngenxa yokuthi the whole trunk of a tree up to grassroots is strong.
ZANU-PF National Political Commissar Comrade Munyaradzi Machacha, who is leading the cell verification exercise, said the ruling party needs to build a strong foundation in Bulawayo.
Verification of party cells is one key strategic task that we must carry out as a party, because it is the foundation of our organization. If we don't have genuine, authentic, verifiable party cells, it means we cannot be certain about the party's strength in each area.
The cell verification exercise is also expected to result in ZANU-PF rolling out more projects for the youth, women and vulnerable members of the society in Bulawayo.
Bid to ensure that our property investments are safe, the development of a comprehensive database for land developers to monitor their activities and restore sanity in land development is on course. Let's hear more.
Government temporarily suspended the sale of state land last year after reports of unethical practices, corruption and other malpractices detrimental to development. This has prompted government to develop a database for land developers to monitor their activities and protect the citizenry. Local Government and Public Works Minister Honorable Daniel Garwe told ZBC News in Victoria Falls recently that there won't be a blanket lifting of the moratorium for the 92 local authorities.
Look, we cannot just put a stop there, said by the 20th of February, the audit to be over. I will be lying. We have got 92 local authorities with a variety of challenges. Some have got human capital challenges. Others are swimming in corruption, like City of Harare. Others are immersed in incompetence. So we want to clean all that mess as we audit the land. Then we will come, though in areas where we think we are happy that this area is now clean, like Mutare, for instance, Mutare City Council, like Chiredzi Road District Council, or Chipinge Road District Council, and Chipinge Town Council. Those ones we are ready to say, look, we can lift the moratorium here. So it's not a blanket lift throughout the country. It's local authority based.
The ongoing land developers audit is bearing fruit in some local authorities.
On Thursday, I was in Masvingo, issuing out stands to civil servants, 540 stands to civil servants. Those are the benefits of the audit that we're doing. Those are the benefits of the moratorium.
Government also aims to use the audit to establish a comprehensive database for land developers and implement minimum service delivery standards, while local authorities account for the land they are holding. Chaona Kurewa, ZBC News, Victoria Falls.
While the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Services says as it undergoes a transformative phase focusing on rehabilitation and restoration of inmates, it's ready to partner with the public and private enterprises to ensure the expansion of prison industries.
With 24 productive farms across the country and various industries running, the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service continues to focus on skills development for inmates. Hence, it is ready for public and private partnerships. Speaking at a business branch held in Masvingo, ZPC's Commissioner General Moses Chiwobvu said focus is to create a rehabilitation and economically productive correctional system in the country.
through collaboration with both the private and public partners who share our vision of creating a rehabilitative and economically productive correctional system. Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service has been able to introduce vocational training, educational programs, and psychological support services that are tailored to meet the diverse needs of the inmate population.
A renowned businessman and farmer, Commissioner Stanley Kontongwe, who was recently appointed into the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commission, spoke on the importance of reintegration programs for inmates.
As a commissioner, I'm committed to make positive impact through some positive measures. I also hope to educate our youth, teaching them the importance of making informed decisions and understanding the consequences of their actions.
The event saw presentation of investment opportunities in Masvingo province, especially in the agriculture and mining sector, by various stakeholders.
In addition to our minerals, Masvingo is a home rich historical landmarks and diverse economic opportunities, offering lucrative investment avenues in sectors such as tourism, agriculture, fisheries, energy, infrastructure, and ICT.
Apart from ensuring productivity in agriculture and other sectors, ZPCS is also working on improving its infrastructure, including the establishment of open prisons. May Smatina, ZBC News, Masvingo.
One of the oldest persons in the world, Gogo Katrina Nkomo of Matobo district, has died. She was 115 years old.
Arguably one of the oldest persons in the world, Gogo Katarina Nkomo of St. Joseph Simukwe in Matobo breathed her last and was buried at the weekend. Father Makauli of the St. Joseph Simukwe parish, who kept the centenarian's records, confirmed her death and burial this weekend. According to the clergy, Gogo Nkomo was born to Dlawana Sola Nkomo and Silungile Sibanda Lupahla in 1910. Her immediate young brother was Ki Nkomo, followed by James Kongo Nkomo as the last born, and he is 103 years old to date, having been born on the 7th of June 1922. Baptism records show that Gogo Nkomo was about 15 years old when she was baptized by Father Peter Ebner on 31 October 1931.
Kuna zila zatakahingisa. To start with, Katarina Nkomo baka baptizwa ku Roma. Dabo Father Peter on 31 October 1931, 94 years ago. Bo Father bakatipa makole kuti she was about 15 to 17 years. Then chitupa chavo cholati dzabo kuti ndo 1910. Then kuna ibaba vanunguna bavo nkulu wavo ndo nuna wavo vanolatidza makole avo kuti ndo 1910. Kuku Katarina basiya vazekulu bavo about 250. Such a big number.
Father Makauli says, as a church, if they compare her baptism date recorded 93 years ago and the information on her metal national identity card, there is a small variation of 6 years, putting Gogo Nkomo's age beyond 110 years. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Matobo.
Well, very interesting birth certificate there. But Nasitila Langokolo Gogo bring us the end of this news update. I am Sibigel Maposa, sending it back to Pockets Hill, where Zane and Joyce will take us through the rest of the bulletin from this end. Good evening.
Thank you for the updates, Bukele. We come back to our Pockets Hill studios, where the Harare City Council has admitted to flaunting regulations resulting in the mushrooming of service stations and cluster housing in undesignated areas.
The Commission of Inquiry into the Governance of Harare has probed Council's decision to allow the construction of service stations within 400-meter distances. The Acting Director, Town Planning, Mr. Samuel Nyabezi, who appeared first before the Commission, admitted to the anomaly that has placed residents at risk.
We did not interrogate issues in the manner that we should have done. I do admit. that we erred. Council has since put a stop to processing service stations until we meet with the EMA, until we meet with the ZERA, until we meet with the Ministry of Energy and other stakeholders.
The proliferation of irregular cluster houses also came under scrutiny.
So why did you go ahead and approve when you well knew that it was no longer a residential premise?
I did not know that it was a residential premise for students. I just went ahead to me I was approving a residential stand.
Harare Mayor Councillor Jacob Mafume, who unexpectedly brought his lawyer Jeremiah Bamuk, cited friction with executives as the cause of poor service provision.
We came in 2018 and when we inquired as to why there were so many staff members and whether we needed them, we were told a number of reasons, but one of the reasons is that our operations are too manual. There's very limited mechanization in the part. We have so many general hands in terms of drainage cleaners, sweepers, refuse collections.
The commission is adjourned to Tuesday next week. Wellington Makonese, ZBC News, Harare.
And now on to our courts update. Fungai Jachi reports that the trial of business partners Moses Mpofu and Mike Chimombe, who are facing charges of fraud involving $7 million United States dollars in a botched presidential God pass-on scheme, has hit another brick wall after its postponement this Monday.
The trial, which was set to resume this Monday, hit a snag due to the absence of Mpofu's legal counsel of choice, Advocate Tapson Jetero, who is attending his brother-in-law's funeral. The matter was thus postponed to the 20th of this month and will run for 5 days. The trial, which was supposed to start last year in October, was delayed after an application by the GO for referral of the matter to the Constitutional Court. The application was, however, dismissed for lack of merit, hence the resumption of the trial. The two who were remanded in custody had their bail application dismissed last month after the court ruled that the two are likely to abscond, considering they face at least a 20-year jail term if convicted. Charges against Chimombe and Mpofu arose when the two allegedly forged documents to win the tender to supply goods under the presidential God scheme. The GO is also facing another fraud charge involving a $9.2 million United States dollar deal emanating from the City of Harare streetlights tender. Still at the courts, Kukurigo Communications Director Edmund Kudzai is on the run after allegedly extorting West Properties $40,000 United States dollars to protect some inside information he had about the company. It's alleged that the complainant used to engage Kukurigo Communications Private Limited to place its adverts, flyers, and other communication to the public. Heard that the accused person acting in connivance with Kukurigo, threatening that they had some information which, if published, would tarnish the company and its managing director, Kenneth Raydon Sharp. The accused person acting in connivance with information in the presence of the police, leading to his arrest. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Harare.
Beyond our borders, Namibian flags are from this Monday flying at half-mast as the country mourns the late former President Dr. Sam Nujoma.
With all flags at half-mast across Samutse, issued a statement informing the Namibians of the indefinite mourning period. The late Dr. Nujoma died at the weekend after 3 weeks in hospital. He was the president of Namibia from 1990 to 2005. Dr. Sam Nujoma is remembered as a revolutionary icon who fought for the independence of not only Namibia but Southern Africa and the continent at large.
Goma International Airport has been left heavily damaged owing to clashing detained at a military base near the Goma airport. On the 27th of January, M23 rebels took control of Goma, the capital of North Kivu province, and an important opening of the airport. Meanwhile, the East African Community, EAC, and Development Community, SADC, which met over the weekend, reiterated the defense forces to convene and establish technical direct
capture democratic wartime government. The paramilitary Rapid Support Forces has revealed Sudan started in April 2023 between the Sudanese army and the paramilitary Rapid Support Forces.
Those are some of the...
The Zimbabwe Tourism Authority licenses and certificates to come forward and register their facilities in compliance with the provisions of Section 36 of the Tourism Act, Chapter 14, 20 of 1996 by 15 February 2025. According to Statutory Instrument Number 106 of 1996, categories of the tourist facilities that must be registered with the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority include but are not limited to conference organizers, restaurants, whether in hotel or otherwise, fast food restaurants, vehicle, bicycle, boat, bus hire, courier shops, tour operators, hunting operators, tour guides, non-hotel conference facilities and venues, travel agents, guest houses, camps and campsites, bed and breakfast accommodation, Airbnb accommodation, visitor attractions including game parks, farms, art galleries, visitor activities including golf, horse riding, bungee jumping, wedding venues, picnic or brine or before the 15th of February 2025 will have no penalties charged. From the 1st of March 2025, the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority, in conjunction with law enforcement agents, will be deployed to bring all unregistered facilities to book. For further information and assistance, please do not hesitate to contact us at the Zimbabwe Tourism Authority offices that are located across the country. Travel and experience Zimbabwe. Zimbo.
Add to a brighter future. We are proud to be the backbone of Zimbabwe's internet, powering internet service providers and connecting people, businesses, and communities through our wholesale services, paving the way for a brighter future. We offer a range of digital solutions, from cloud services to managed services, empowering businesses to innovate and thrive. Our high-speed broadband services bring entertainment to your home for endless joyous moments. We believe in the power of education and are committed to bridging the digital divide, ensuring everyone has access to the tools they need to succeed. Join Tel1 and be part of a connected Zimbabwe. Visit our website today to explore our services and solutions.
Imagine a Zimbabwe where businesses thrive without borders, where healthcare reaches the remotest areas and finance flows seamlessly. Introducing Aura Group Starlink, your trusted partner in revolutionizing business connectivity. With enterprise-grade reliability, scalability, and nationwide reach, we tailor our solutions to match your industry needs. From e-learning to industrial optimization, our high-speed internet empowers businesses to grow without limits. Get started today with our quick setup guarantee. Kits available now for immediate deployment. Contact us now to revolutionize your business operations with Aura Group Starlink. Connect without limits.
Want to elevate your entertainment? Then add Showmax to your DSTV subscription at a discount. Showmax is not a TV channel. It's an on-demand video streaming service on showmax.com. To add Showmax to your DSTV subscription, simply use the My DSTV app. Select Add Showmax. The app screen will display the discount you qualify for. Now you can enjoy exclusive shows and movies you won't find anywhere else. Add Showmax to elevate your entertainment.
Welcome back. You are still watching the main news. It's now time to take you to the sports corner with Anashe Mrombedzi. Anashe, what's the latest this evening?
Thank you so much, Joyce. The latest in the world of sport, Zimbabwe's free-fall in cricket continues after the Chevrons lost by 63 runs to Ireland on the final day of the one-off test match played at Queen Sports Club in Blair this Monday.
Commiserations are becoming the order of the day for the Chevrons after going down to lorry-ranked Ireland by 63 runs to consider the series 1-0. Zimbabwe have not won any of their last 10 tests they have played, and their last victory came against Afghanistan 4 years ago when the two sides shared the series 1-0 in Abu Dhabi. In that period, the Chevrons have been up against lorry-ranked sides including Ireland, Afghanistan, West Indies and Bangladesh, but a win has been elusive. In the last 50 tests, home and away, Zimbabwe have won only 5. One would have to go almost 15 years ago to find a series win by the Chevrons when they overcame Bangladesh by 130 runs at Harare Sports Club, with Milton Massagas and Brendan Taylor scoring centuries. In most cases, Zimbabwe found themselves in commanding positions, but have often let teams off the hook or did not utilize the available opportunities. The batters have tended to let the team down after the bowlers would have done a decent job, and this latest test was no different, as the bowlers restricted Ireland to 260 runs in the first innings, with Blessing Mzarabani grabbing 7 wickets. The batters failed to make the most of the platform as well as the conditions, as they managed to achieve a mere 7-run lead, with only debutant Nick Welch standing up with 90 runs, while Blessing Mzarabani fought with the bat as well, getting 45 runs. Mzarabani and his fellow bowlers were at it again, dismissing Ireland for 298 in the second innings, with Richard Ngarawa grabbing 4 wickets in difficult conditions. With the pitch favouring the batters, it looked like the hosts would see the match out, but a horror show lay in wait. 6 batsmen failed to get double figures. Only Wesley Madevere with 84 runs put on a lone fight, while Brian Bennett tried to give him a hand with a 45-run cameo. The Chevrons have a chance to redeem themselves as they now shift focus to the limited overs starting this Friday with the first of 3 one-day internationals set for Harare Sports Club. Lawrence Tusida, ZBC News, Harare.
Warriors vice captain Marshall Mnetsi impressed on his Wolverhampton Wanderers debut as the English Premier League side beat Blackburn Rovers 2-0 in the 4th round of the FA Cup this Sunday.
The 28-year-old Zimbabwe international, who completed a deadline day switch from Stade Reims of France last week, was thrown into the fray in the 66th minute of the FA Cup 4th round tie against Blackburn Rovers. Munetsi had a wonderful cameo, showing his full range of arsenal, from his trademark ball carries from deep to his attacking prowess, where he nearly scored. The Mavuku-bred star won all the ground duels he contested in, had a shot on target, and also managed to win 2 of the tackles he challenged.
I'm so delighted, because it has been a dream come true for me, representing also a big club like Wolves. What a way to start. I think the guys had already done the most difficult job to take the lead, and I was just there to do my small part. I'm 28 now. There's a lot that I've learned from football, so I think it's the right time for me to showcase it, and I was just delighted that they were cheering me on, even though I didn't manage to score, but they gave me that energy to try and keep on going, and obviously we have some quality players. They were able to put in some good balls, and obviously we just have to keep on working and looking forward to the next coming games.
Mnetsi signed a 3.5-year contract worth $20 million last week, ending a 6-year stay in France. Lawrence Tuseda, ZBC News, Harare.
The ZIFA Southern Region Division 1 League is set to start at the end of next month after securing a sponsor for the season.
Fireworks are expected at this year's Southern Region Division 1 League after the relegation of 3 former Premier League sides. Wange are back again in the lower league alongside Bulawayo Chiefs and Arnell, setting the stage for an exciting season. The region is set to hold its annual general meeting on the 22nd of this month, with the league slated to start next month.
So far so good in terms of preparations for the 2025 season. The number of teams will be determined by the number of teams who would have complied by paying affiliation fees in time. So far we have 12 teams who have paid affiliation fees.
It emerged the league has secured a sponsorship for this season.
Considering we've got powerhouses like Wange, Bulawayo Chiefs and Arenao who have come back from the Premier League, so we're going to have a tough season ahead of us. At the same time, it will be a better season as compared to the previous ones, as we have managed to secure some sponsors.
So far, 12 teams have affiliated with over a month to go before the start of the season. The region failed to hold the annual awards ceremony last season owing to lack of sponsorship. Mtowozi Stube, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
That's it from the Sports Corner. I take you back to Joyce and Zain.
Many thanks to Anna Shimrumbidzi there for giving us the latest in sport. And that was our last port of call for tonight's main news edition. And from all of us here, it's good night.
Good night.
Munodipaza manyeme